Next, chromosomal theory of inheritance. So, this chromosomal theory of inheritance explains about that behavior of the genes similar to behavior of the chromosomes. Mainly behavior of chromosomes similar to genes or factors in Mendelian point of view. So, before that we have to take up historical background of Mendel. Actually, Mendel started his work on pea plant in the year of 1856. Next, the Mendel work was published in 1865. Next, why Mendel work is delayed to publish? Because some reasons is there before that. And in 1900, after death of Mendel, 3 scientists rediscovered or reread Mendel's work. In 1900, 3 scientists rediscovered Mendel's work. And in 1902, in the year of 1902, 2 scientists, mainly Sutton and Boveri. Sutton and Boveri, these 2 scientists proposes chromosomal theory of inheritance. Proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. Why Mendel work is not recognized? Behind that, they have several reasons. So, main thing is, in 1902, Sutton and Boveri proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. This theory is very similar to Mendelian theories or Mendelian principles. So, after rereaded Mendelian principles, these 2 scientists they proposed this theory, that is chromosomal inheritance, theory of inheritance, mainly which is similar to Mendel principles. This theory mainly based on Mendelian principles. So, this theory is related to Mendelian principles. That is why Mendel work is not published properly. Why? What is the reasons? Reasons for unrecognition. First, so many reasons are there for Mendel work is not published or unrecognized his work until his death. So, first reason is Darwin's researches are going on. One thing is, first of all, Darwin's researches are going on at the time of Mendel. Next, communication is not developed completely. Communication or channels or newspapers or whatever it may be, journals, anything, communication is not developed. Not developed. Second thing. And third thing is, the reason for unrecognition of Mendel's work is he used factors. He used factors. The term or word factors. Factors, nowadays we are using genes. Nowadays we are using genes. He is not given any physical proof about these factors. So, factors, any physical proof not given by Mendel. That's why what is the factors, what is the function of factors, not understood by peoples. Next, microscope development is microscopes are not developed completely. Next, microscopes also not developed. In the time of Mendel, microscopes are not developed. That's why peoples are not understand what is the gene, what is the movement of gene, what is the chromosome, what is the nucleus, whatever it may be, what is going on inside of the cell. There is no idea about that. Why? Because there is no particular microscope to research it or find out the nucleus, find out the chromosomes, find out the DNA, whatever it may be, anything. The technology is not completely developed and microscopes are not completely developed. That's why people, there is no idea about that factors. Next, actually he is a mathematician. Mendel is mathematician. Actually, he explained biological things or biological rules. So, remaining biologists are not accepted by the Mendel's principles. So, he is a mathematician. That's why biologists are not accepted. Biologists are not accepted. That is one of the reason. Main reason is factors he used, that factors are not understood by people because of there is no proper microscopes development in their time. These are the reasons for Mendel's work is not recognized. After Mendelian death, 3 scientists rediscovered Mendelian's works, and in 1902 Sutton and Boveri proposes chromosomal theory of inheritance related to Mendelian principles. So, by this chromosomal theory of inheritance, the Mendel principles are published into peoples. Peoples are easily to understand Mendelian principles by the help of this chromosomal theory of inheritance proposed by Sutton and Boveri. Next, comparison between Mendelian principles and as well as Sutton and Boveri, that is chromosomal inheritance of theory. So, comparison between Mendel principles and Sutton and Boveri, what they said. Next, first of all, what said Mendel? What said by Sutton and Boveri? First, Mendel said every character is decided by pair of alleles or genes. So, every characters decided by genes, the genes which in the form of alleles, He used this term for factors. two factors. So every character is decided by two factors. Every character is decided by two factors. They are mainly in pair. The two factors are mainly pair. What is the dominant pair, dominant one, and one more is a recessive one. That is a pair. Next, Sutton and Boveri said same like that. Chromosomes also arranged in pair. Chromosomes also arranged in pair. That is homologous pair. That is homologous pair. Nothing but this is homologous pair of chromosomes. Genes also are genes, nothing but Mendel used the term factors. Factors are, so two factors are there, they are in pair. One is a dominant, one more is a recessive. Next, Mendel said these two factors or alleles, they are separated during gamete formation and each one enters into each gamete. So during the gamete formation, two alleles are separated or segregated. Two alleles are segregated or separated and each one enters into each gamete. So out of two genes, nothing but like that, out of these two genes, one gene enters into one gamete, another gene enters into another gamete. Here also same. Chromosomes also segregated during the gamete formation. Chromosomes also segregated during gamete formation. It means homologous pair of chromosomes are get separated and each one enters into each gamete. Hermitian, and each one enters into each gamete. It means, so this is the homologous pair. And this is separated by in the form of, that is a gamete formation, like that. Here chromosome, on the chromosome genes, that is the A, that is the A, like A and A both are separated by the formation of gametes, and both are separated and enters into each gamete. So out of this homologous pair chromosome divided or splits into two equal halves or two parts. Out of these two parts, one is enters into one gamete, another one enters into another gamete. That is the second thing. And genes are located on the particular specific region of chromosome. So next one, genes are located on particular site of chromosome. In case this is a homologous pair chromosome, this is gene 1, that is A, and this is the recessive one, that is another recessive form. So out of two alleles, these two alleles are arranged on the chromosomal body. So in the homologous pair of chromosomes, one gene here is arranged, that is a dominant form, one more is have recessive form. Out of two alleles, each two alleles are situated on the chromosome body. Out of these two, one is a dominant, one more is a recessive. Next, third thing is out of two alleles of a gene, out of two alleles of a gene can independently assort with any allele of another gene. So third thing is out of two alleles, allele of one gene can independently assort with any allele of another gene. So out of two alleles is there, these two alleles are can independently assort with another allele of another gene. So how? So in case of capital A small a into capital B and small b, this A independently assort with allele B, and again this A independently assort with B. So here independently assort with any gene means two alleles, one is the dominant and the recessive, and dominant and recessive, it means heterozygous one and here also heterozygous one. One allele of one gene can independently assort with any allele of another gene. So A is our gene, A is our allele, can independently assort with B capital, and again that A only assort with B1, means one gene of one allele independently assort with any one allele of another gene or any allele of another gene. That is law of independent assortment, means A is assort with B, mean capital B, and that A only again assort with small b. So out of two genes, out of two alleles, each allele can independently assort with any gene of any or another gene. Next, in this form also same like that only. Out of the chromosomes, what about chromosomes? Chromosomes also same. Chromosomes also can independently assort with any gene of another homologous chromosome. Here in case of this is A and this is small a, this is one gene. Next, this is capital B, then small b. So here this chromatid can independently assort with this, and this chromatid again independently assort with small b also. So this gene is assort with B, and this only can assort with B also in two situations. So A is assort with B and again A is associated with to small b also, like that. So out of this homologous pair of chromosome of chromatid can independently associate with to another homologous pair chromosome of chromatid. It means this one half of chromatid this chromatid can able to associate with to B and as well as small b also. It means chromosomes also same like that act as the genes. By the chromosomes are out of the homologous pair, this chromatid can independently associate with to dominant chromatid, and that one again associate with to recessive chromatid also. It means one dominant chromatid or one gene can independently associate with to any chromatid of another homologous pair. One homologous pair of chromatid can associate with to another homologous pair of chromosome, that is chromatid. That is chromosomes can also inherited or independently associate with any gene of another homologous chromosome. This is said by Mendel, as these principles are similar to explained by Sutton and Boveri by the help of this chromosomal theory of inheritance. Actually, this chromosomal theory of inheritance easily understood by peoples after in 1902, year of 1902. Why? Because after 1902 that microscopes are completely developed, or microscopes are developing is more. That's why at that particular time of 1902 peoples are understand chromosomal movement of the chromosomes and movement of the genes, whatever it may be, they can easily to understand. So this is a chromosomal theory of inheritance.